Hello guys, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Natassia.
And we were wondering,
are you free for coffee?
Welcome, welcome.
Hey guys.
Okay guys, we're going to play another episode of 20 Questions.
This is going to be good.
Fun times.
I'm kind of scared.
Oh, these are fun.
Last time they were good, but
these are fun.
I didn't have a good stripper name. Now I'm scarred for life.
Okay. Number 1. Toilet paper, over or under?
Oh, I am a under person.
Okay, I said over, you idiots.
So my kids, if it's over and they yank, the whole rolls on. I mean, the momentum, it gets it going.
Have that problem.
But so I just do under, and people hate it. People come to our house. We're like, did you know your toilet tissue's on? Yes, I do it that way every time.
Well, you have a reason. There's a method to your madness.
There is a method to my madness.
Okay, so I get that with the kids. Okay, what are some things to do occasionally, but definitely not okay to do every day?
Drink.
That's a good one. I said eat
alcohol.
Cake.
True, touche.
Yeah. Number 3, what was the first concert you ever went to?
Brad Paisley.
Oh, I didn't expect that.
I love Brad Paisley. It was my first concert in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, mine was the Carpenters. Do you remember? That tells you I'm a baby boomer. I think I was in junior high.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I was in junior high.
In New Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Okay. What's your favorite non-alcoholic beverage?
Ooh. Genuinely coffee. I mean.
Okay. That's a close second for me. But
okay, what's your first?
Diet Coke. But
really?
I have weaned myself off of it.
I was about to say, you don't even drink Diet Coke.
So I'm, but should I go back? I become immediately addicted. If ever
I relapse.
It's so...
And I hate Diet Coke.
There is no other flavor like it. And when you get addicted to it, which really I was seriously addicted to it, regular Coke doesn't even compare.
Really?
It's like Diet Coke is just
the bomb. I do not like regular Coca-Cola, but my mom, that was her addiction, and it just sets my teeth on edge. Like it's just like
so sweet.
It's like zing. Like I don't like it.
But
I don't like Diet Coke either because people are so devoted to it. I'm like, this is like crack. I probably shouldn't.
It kind of is, but it's so good. And in the summer, when you go through the Sonic drive-thru,
with your eyes,
and get a Diet Coke,
I can only imagine.
It's like
there's something about their eyes.
The heavens open.
Yes.
The angels sing.
So coffee would be your second.
Coffee would be my second.
Boba is my close second. Like Thai tea with extra boba. Yeah, that's my close second.
But coffee
and boba are
I'm not ever giving that up.
I don't think I can.
So that's
I've tried.
Thing. It's not really an addiction. It's just more
says the person that's addicted.
I know. But the Diet Coke was an addiction. Like I had to break it. Just
really
cut it off.
Yikes. Yeah.
Okay. What is one of the most heartwarming things you've ever seen?
Okay, guys, this one's a tearjerker a little bit. So when we were pregnant with my son, my daughter would help us read, quote unquote. I mean, she was only 2, so if she didn't recognize the picture, she couldn't help. But she would help us read to him and talk. She talked to him every day. She told him good night every night. So when I gave birth, the baby, my daughter came out, no tears, no crying, no nothing. We were kind of panicked. My son came out and we were like, this kid has lungs. The minute he came out, he is screaming. He's, kind of hollering. We were like, this is serious lungs. So we let my daughter come in the room. It was a birthing center. So if you're thinking hospital, kind of change your thought a little bit. Think of like a homey, cozy bedroom. So she got to come into the room. And the minute she said, oh, it's my brother, he stopped crying.
Oh,
like he just looked in her direction. He stopped crying and he didn't cry again until the next day.
Oh, that's so sweet. That was funny enough. That was mine. I don't have a specific thing, but I love seeing tenderness among siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Like even on the internet, they'll have the sweet little reels or stories or videos
where people kind of catch that moment.
Babies or, siblings, and it's just so sweet. And even with my own kids, who are all adults now, when one of them is going through something or there's an issue, they just all rally around the one.
That's
and
perfection.
I love
That's awesome.
Seeing that, and even if, I know they don't talk all the time, or you know what I'm saying. Even
but you still know, okay, y'all are there for each other.
Problem or a situation. I mean, they just all come together, and I love seeing that.
I love that. Yeah, I like that too.
Okay, what are some small things that make your life better?
Ooh, gosh, what is yours?
I love when this happens. It doesn't happen a lot, but when you're going through the drive-through, like at Starbucks or fast food something, and someone pays
to pay it forward. I do like those.
Just oh my gosh,
it kind of gives you like a little
I'm on
boost.
A high for like a week.
Yeah, it is. That is really
it is so wonderful, and just random people. And I hate when they've already driven off, so I don't even get to make a connection.
Yeah, and you don't even get to wave.
Just like,
yeah. See, that's a good one. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't know that this answers it, but I try to always spark joy in other people. Like holding the door open for people. And it makes my day when people say thank you. It really does. And it's okay. I mean, some people don't. I know people can be in their own world, but I love when people hold the door open for me. And I like holding the door open for it's kind of a small one, and it's a lost art with all these like sliding electric doors and stuff. Like people don't do it.
Kindness matters.
Yes, it does.
Kindness matters. Number 7, how useful would you be in a zombie apocalypse?
Girl? Oh man.
You have any MacGyver abilities or engineering?
I'm not so
feats?
I'm not so into zombies that I can say I can help defend you, but I have built 2 houses from the ground up, so I can build shelter. I can cook, and I'm a pretty good shot. Can zombies be shot?
I don't do zombies. So,
I know. See, I don't know.
I think they probably can.
They're probably
and you can't.
Now this is I do. I love camping. So listen, I can keep you alive in that way. And this is where I'm very Texas.
That's good,
honey. I can shoot, baby. I can shoot, and I can use an axe. So
okay, you're useful.
I feel like I'm pretty useful.
I would be absolutely none. And I would, in the movies, I'm the first one to get killed.
Are you, Lisa?
The absolute
Do you run
first.
towards the sound? Like, what is that?
No, but I just would be there, like just a deer in headlights.
Oh my gosh! No,
so yeah, I wouldn't be in the movie. I wouldn't get to be in the credits.
No, I'm boarding up windows.
Flash.
I'm gathering water, making sure we have propane.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know where to go. Who would you most like to sit next to on a 10-hour flight, and why?
Jim Carrey.
Oh, he'd be fun.
No, he's a genius. Like, beyond the funny man, and that's his job. He's a comedian. So beyond his funny man approach, I love hearing him speak. There's so much more there. Like, we just really, as fans, only get we basically get the froth on a venti latte. I mean, like, there's so much more. 10 hours? Yeah, Jim Carrey. Hands down, Jim Carrey.
I think I would pick Oprah.
Ooh, yeah.
Oprah would be fun.
You and Cedric, that's y'all's pick.
Oprah would be fun. She's, of course, she knows
and all the stories she could tell.
All the stories. And she seems just genuinely kind and kind of fun. I think she has there's a fun side to Oprah.
I want to say Oprah used to like Diet Coke. We did Weight Watchers for a long time and we're very successful with it. And I want to say she used to like Diet Coke.
Who doesn't like Diet Coke?
I don't.
Except you. Everybody likes Diet Coke.
I was like, I
don't. Okay, number 9. Would you rather spend a day at an art, history, or science museum?
Art, history. Oh, just one?
Good. I
know. God, what is the Perot? Isn't the Perot like art?
That's a
history.
Science.
It's science, though.
It's science, natural science. That's a good one too.
History or science?
it depends on your mood.
It does.
Kind of
That's
depends on the
very
mood.
difficult for me. I'm going to say, and this is because the Perot Museum is so wonderful.
It is.
We have family ties. My daughter's first birthday was there. I have never actually been.
Oh.
I know, I'm that weirdo.
Oh,
and like Cedric's
really
family,
wonderful.
they have one of their longest workers is Cedric's aunt. She started in high school and she just retired like within the last 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So her picture is up and everything. So I'm going to say science. Plus I've been watching Add a Twist on Netflix with Scarlett, and it's Add a Twist, scientist.
Oh, the little girl. Yes.
So because of that, I'm going to say science, but that's a hard choice, Lisa.
Yeah. It depends on the mood. I said art, just that would probably be my go-to, but I do like the other two.
History is my go-to.
Depending on
your mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's going on.
Gosh, that's tough.
But there's some great ones. I mean, the history, like the African American Museum would be just so wonderful. I have not been.
I want to go and spend like just a
go.
day.
It takes a special trip
mental fortitude.
and, yes, and in the mood and the right, psych yourself up and everything. But yeah. Number 10. What is your favorite thing to shop for?
Groceries.
Really?
I love cooking, and
if I could hand that off to somebody, I would.
love grocery shopping.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
We used to call them grocery shopping dates.
Okay.
And we would, I know everyone thinks that's weird. Yeah.
Mine is clothes or antiques.
Okay. I like antique. I don't like clothes shopping at all. Do you try on clothes? Are you one of those people?
No. Now, to be honest, I do a lot of catalog or online shopping for clothes. You know, once you know a specific brand or whatever,
okay.
you know what fits and what looks good on you and stuff. So yeah, I'm not one of those. Like my daughter and my sister-in-law they can start in the morning and come home, when the store is closed, like be out all day with stuff and then try on and go back to the original place and all that. I can't do that. But, I love ordering online and getting it. And then, ooh, this is cute, So
right.
That's kind of where it ends with the clothes. Now, antiques, I can kind of be out all day with that.
Oh, I can too. Yeah. I can.
And
yes.
and not buy anything. Although, I usually do.
Yeah.
But I don't feel the pressure. I just have like an open mind and just like, whatever I see.
It's like, what am I going to find?
Yeah.
What am I going to...
So I have my tape measure in my purse.
You are ready.
I have painter's tape.
I have my big old SUVs.
Yeah.
I will put those back 2 seats down and boom, we have a truck.
Yeah. The best times are when you don't have a specific thing you're looking for.
Yeah. And something just speaks to you.
Open mind and just, float along. You can find some really cool stuff. Okay. Cake or pie?
Oh, cake.
I said pie.
You see, I had to think.
Both. I mean,
I didn't start eating pie. I ate it as a child, and then I just
didn't like it anymore.
I just didn't. But there is a spot if you get to go. It's near the Arboretum, so right there near White Rock. It's called Simply Humble Pies.
Ooh.
The owner's name is Sean. He's really cool. He was a chef for a very long time. Girl, that pie, oh my gosh.
Emporium pies too.
Yes. Emporium pies is really so, and I just started appreciating pies. I think pie is sometimes less sweet than cake.
That's what I like about it.
Yes, and I agree.
I can psych myself out to thinking this is kind of healthy.
And there's always fruit.
There's fruit.
I'm going to switch teams. Even though I feel as a bakery owner, I'm a bit of a hypocrite. Formerly cakes all the way. But honestly, at this stage, I do find myself ordering pie more often.
I really do like pie.
And I don't like chocolate. And so oftentimes it's a very decadent, very layered cake. And that doesn't do anything for me. I would much rather have a good slice of buttermilk pie. My husband loves chess pie. I like buttermilk pie. Yeah, I think I've switched. I'm going to say pie.
Cherry. I like them all.
I like apple. I don't love cherry.
You don't like cherry pie?
No.
Really?
Now, my mother-in-law cherry pie. That's her.
I love
that's her
cherry
stuff.
pie.
They Humble has an amazing cherry pie.
But Emporium's
really good.
They're awesome. There's one in downtown McKinney. There's one in Bishop Arts. They have another location too.
They do.
But it's such a sweet little shop.
It is.
Very quaint.
And very fun pies.
Retro.
Very fun. I'm trying to think.
And with fun names.
Yes.
Really
there's
fun
one
names.
that I really like, and I can't.
Their pecan pie is to die for.
It is. It is amazing. It is.
With the crust is like shortbread.
It's now that you say it.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is really good.
And even though I don't usually do
their version
that,
of French silk is a really good pie too. That chocolate one.
I've not had a bad one from them.
I don't think I have either.
They're awesome.
Now I want Emporium. Way to go.
Yeah. Right. Okay. 12. What makes a piece of art beautiful to you?
I like things that are different and very individual. So if it's anything that's highly replicated, I usually, even if the style itself is highly replicated, I don't love it. But I like abstract. I like color.
Is it color? What is it that speaks to you with art? What do you feel yourself drawn towards?
I do like bold colors, and I like it to be just a hint depressing.
Okay.
I like a darkness about it. So not bright, bold.
Okay. What do I like? I kind of like landscapes and still lifes. And I do like scenes or portraits or something where it evokes some emotion.
Okay.
You look at it and you feel a certain way. I'm kind of drawn to that sometimes.
No, I think I'm abstract all the way, I guess. I didn't think about that.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Number 13. What is the most challenging job you can think of?
Being a mom.
Yeah, that is. That is. That's
hands
no
down.
Joke.
Being a parent, actually. Not just a mom, but being a parent.
I said the president. I can't imagine being the president other than you know who. But everyone else, I cannot imagine the stress.
That's why they be coming out looking, they go in one way, baby. They
come
leave.
out a whole nother way.
They leave.
I can't imagine the stress. It's a thankless job.
You know what?
You're never going to please everybody.
I think the worst part about it for me, that job would be the immense secrets. Having to make decisions based on knowledge that you have that you can never share. Do you know what I mean? And so people,
you can't justify yourself.
You can't.
Listen. This is what happened.
If you only knew this, but you can't do that. And I think that would be very difficult to not be able to say, like, look here, you idiots, I did this because of this, and you can't do that. Yeah. And you just have to roll with being hated.
You can't leave it at the office.
No, what do you mean you live there?
Right.
You freaking live
number
there.
One. Plus, it's just the weight of it. And you can't get away from
it. It's immense. I'm going to agree with you there. And you're never rid of it.
No.
I remember that was Colin Powell, his wife, that was one of her things was that once you are president of the United States of America, you are never not associated with the title of president of the United States of America.
That's true. You're always
and you're president. Always. I mean,
even
like
a former.
My mom
president.
met Jimmy Carter, who was like just a peach in person, but she was like. Then I realized like there's people around us, and it's like he can't even be just him because. All these years later, here's this peanut farmer, and then there's like secrets. My mom's like, oh my God, like there's like other people here. And I'm like, no, Mom, when they sleep, when they eat, when they make love to their wife, when they take a poop, there's someone there. I don't think I would, that's life.
Well, not exactly in the room.
Yeah, but still, I guess,
in the vicinity.
I guess I value solitude and privacy, and knowing that would bother me too.
Yeah. Well, but on the other hand, it might give you some peace because there's some real crazies.
I mean, yeah.
It's not like you want to walk around.
I guess that's true. Yeah. But like, it never ends to some degree.
It does not.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Number 14. Do you think that aliens exist?
Oh my gosh. Short answer, yes.
Do you?
Medium answer, I think that just like there are parts of the ocean that we've never explored, and so there's bound to be life there, that would be foreign to us. That's all that an alien is something that you have no understanding of, and it's a foreign thing to you. So I'm sure somewhere in the solar system, there are other things that are alive. They just don't probably look like us.
Okay. I said no, just
but
because
I don't think there's little green men.
I can barely handle who's here.
Look, okay, now listen, stay
people.
where you are. If you're picking this up, y'all stay there. We'll stay here. We don't want any problems.
Okay. Who do you go out of your way to be nice to?
Ooh, people who are ignored. That really just grinds my gears. I was an idiot, guys, and I thought when we grow up, this high school nonsense, this like mean girls and cliques, I thought it was going to disappear or dissipate. Yeah. And I was really wrong. And my mom even kind of laughed until she saw my feelings were hurt. She was like, "Oh, baby, I'm sorry. You're serious." I was like, "Yes, I was fucking serious. I didn't know I had to continue this for the rest of my life." And so I'm very bothered when I notice a group ignoring somebody. That really irks. It's just too easy to be kind. So I feel like I sometimes work extra hard to be kind to that person so that they don't feel all alone.
Okay. I said service people. Like, I'm always nice, even when there are situations. Like, I have never,
that's a good one.
Showed out, been rude to people, cussed people out, all the above that you've seen people do. And I try to be really nice and cognizant of the fact of what they're doing.
They're making our day better.
Like when I shop, I just don't tear stuff up. I try to put things back. Try to be nice to waitresses and waiters and things. And that's a real, I think, insight into someone is how they treat service people.
Oh, it is.
That is a complete turnoff to me. If you're rude or, snippy to service people. And I think everybody should be a service person.
At least once. You will learn some things. And I think the world would be a lot nicer if everybody had to serve. You know how some countries, they make you serve in the military? Yeah.
I think it should be, you have to serve in a service industry.
Yeah.
Just
because some people have never.
Just to be a decent human being.
Yeah. Yep. And I think some of that belittling, that would go away real quick.
It would. Number 16. What songs hit you with a wave of nostalgia every time you hear them?
Guys, now I'm going to sound real unholy. I was going to say Back That Ass Up by Juvenile.
Oh, you have a specific song.
Yes.
Okay. I have a genre.
Okay, what's your genre?
So it's kind of rock and R&B from the 80s.
Oh,
because
of course.
That's when I was a young adult, And
those were good jams.
Yeah. And it just, that's when you're doing your thing.
That's definitely good cleaning music when you're like at home by yourself.
Yeah, so not a specific song, but genre. Okay, 17. What's the most interesting documentary you've ever watched?
The Fog of War.
Oh, really? What's it
I even own it. I looked in that direction because I was like, it's right over there. Oh my gosh. I would say The Fog of War. And
what's it?
And I was about to say, I'm not going to mess up. I just watched 2 other documentaries dealing with the same guy. So I don't want to lie. I'll pull it out. You tell us yours and I'll look.
Well, I love anything by Ken Burns, but
I didn't know that.
The Civil War was just so beautiful, so beautifully done. And he just gives you such insight into things, and you think you kind of know about it, but you really don't.
You don't know as much as you thought you did.
And he makes history so interesting and relevant.
Cedric likes him too.
Yeah.
So this came out in 2003, and I actually own it. anyway, he was a former corporate whiz kid. Robert McNamara was the controversial Secretary of Defense in the Kennedy and Johnson administrations.
So this is in Vietnam?
Yes, during the height of
Vietnam thing. Okay.
And you know, it's like, oh my gosh. One of the things I got from it was, this is funny because it goes back to your answer of being the president. He was like, there are elements, there's so many layers that the American people can never know, can never understand. I mean, he's really old in this documentary, and his brain is so
it's all about Robert McNamara.
Yeah, it revolves around some of his decisions, what he advised, what he said, and it was so good. And I remember, you know, I'm a history nerd, and I graduated high school in 2004, so this is like around this time, and I'm like the only probably high school student wanting. I didn't watch this for school, guys. I just watched this because I was a nerd. I used to work at Blockbuster, and I was like, ooh, and I sucked my dad into it. And just to kind of give a little bit of insight, he was born in 1916. This came out in 2003.
I do remember him.
He passed in 2009. Okay. So this is very, very much so the end of his life. And he was just so sharp. And there's a moment where he was like, and if I couldn't, it was something to the effect of like, if I couldn't say it to you and keep my secrets, then I can't speak at all. And it just gave me chills. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like they have to carry this to the grave. You cannot say anything. It just, anyway.
The Vietnam War is not as interesting to me, I guess, just because to some extent I lived it. I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
And of course, you don't understand everything.
But you're hearing stuff.
You're hearing things, and you know your parents and grandparents are kind of upset because, you know, they used to call up the draft.
Yeah,
the numbers used to come up on Friday, so that was like a thing that people were listening to, and also the casualties. You know, they would list those and call them out, how many, where at, and everything. So it was. I do remember. That
being very alive when that's happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't, it's not the same for me because with the Civil War and other things, I like to be detached. Like I'm on the outside looking in.
Yes, because then it's beautiful history.
Yes.
Yes.
But then I just feel too
attached.
Kind of
I wanted to have, my mom is one of 19. Yes, I said 19 as in almost 20. It was a different time. You know, my mom's 78, but she was one of 19. And she's in the last 6 kids. Yes, she's in the last 6 kids, which sounds insane when you think you're in the last 6. But a good number of her brothers served in Vietnam. And my uncles all were very different, meaning they all had very different personalities. It really impacted them. Of course, there's been research done that shows how African Americans were treated very differently than other American soldiers. So, of course, they've been through some things, the likes of which we would not understand today, even in modern military, even though there's still discrepancies and discriminations. So I always thought, like, I just want to get it because I would hear her say how they were. Like, especially Thanksgiving or barbecue, Juneteenth, like my aunts would be, oh, you remember when they used to do that? Oh, you remember how he laughed at that? And it made me think like how were they? What happened? So I think that kind of cultivated my obsession.
Burns has a Vietnam one too, I tried. My son Teddy loved it. You know, like I said, for the same reason, I just can't get into the Vietnam War
era
the
stuff,
same way that I can do other things. But it was different.
Yeah, but the Fog of War is definitely worth checking out.
Okay. 18. When was the last time you slept more than 9 hours?
Probably when I had COVID or when I had the flu. So like a couple months ago.
I said 1978.
I
can't remember sleeping 9 hours.
But do you sleep 8 hours?
No.
I don't think so.
No. My theory on this is the older studies have shown the older you get, the less sleep you need.
Yes.
And I get that because you're not reproducing anymore.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
You're not growing anymore.
Oh
So
my gosh,
it's
that
like
makes perfect
there's
sense.
some things that you don't need. So
you just recharge the battery and you're good.
Yeah. And I think sometimes you can rest and not sleep.
Now, see that.
So I think that,
Yes.
I do try to rest, not just get up and, like I might watch Good Morning America in bed, or something.
But you're resting.
But
so my dad is in his 60s and they kind of laugh at me because my dad's like, I didn't know if you were asleep. I'm like, I am, And I remember when my parents, like, my mom worked nights, but on nights she was home, they went to bed early, right? And we all went to bed early. So now I'm like, why the hell are you awake at 11 o'clock at night? And my dad's saying, well, I mean, I'm resting. I'm in the recliner. And I'm like, you should be asleep. But he just needs less sleep. It's so weird to me that I now need way more sleep than them.
Yeah.
But I'm probably the reason they needed sleep back then. So
yeah,
this makes it. Because
once you have children, I feel like you don't sleep as well or as soundly.
You don't sleep as sound.
You hear things,
yes.
and even when they get older, I was listening for the alarm when they come home. Like when they're out, like you're kind of
you're listening for the door,
like they're back home.
You're so right. You're so right.
You kind of just don't sleep as well.
I get when my kids go stay with their grandparents, whoever they stay with, Granny and Pawpaw, Nana and Pawpaw. That's when I like drool. And you're right, because I wake up and I'm like, what?
You don't have to worry about.
I'm like, what year is it?
So it's not on you to listen to them.
Yes,
listen for them. Are they crying? Are they okay?
I like when they go in the morning, right? Because all day I'm like, I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna.
You're looking
sleep.
Forward to it.
And then you wake up the next day and you're like, what year is it? Oh, they're going this weekend. So I'm prepping my brain as we record.
Ready.
This is gonna be great.
Okay, what's the most pleasant sounding accent?
Oh, I'm going to say Australian.
Okay, I can see that.
Yes, if you read me a bedtime story or any book, are you going to say what's his name? Lollybrock? Lollybrock isn't an accent, but that's what I hear you.
I'm an Anglophile, so I would say an English accent.
Okay.
I love that.
No, I think I like Australian.
And I think they like our accent. Which is so funny. Okay, last one.
Oh my gosh.
What's the most ridiculous animal on the planet?
I almost said humans. Oh, you have to give me yours. I don't know.
I said a sloth.
Oh,
really? Every time I see one, I think, why? Like, what do they do?
They're cute.
I know there's sloth lovers out there. Something about them is just creepy to me. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I know y'all love them.
You just said that. I just
don't understand.
So guys, I am and I probably will not ever. I am a non-pet owning animal lover. And my contribution to pets is that I don't eat them. That's my contribution to animals. But I don't want pets. I don't want to be biscuits. I lost it. I don't want to be responsible. But last night I saw this creepy bird. It was in Japan. Wide-billed stork, maybe. Anyway, its mating call came up and I was like, why does this exist? It looked like something from your nightmares. And I just thought,
birds are kind of scary anyway to me. Something about birds. I like canaries.
It's called a shoebill. That's what, like, the word shoe and bill. I don't understand why they need it. They also, in some parts of the world, are called a whalehead stork. Their sound is so creepy. They look like something from a horror movie. And I just feel like we don't. Why? Why do we still have this?
What's the purpose of this animal?
And what's insane is that
something probably eats them.
They crocodiles and humans usually.
Okay.
But their diet, see, I do need them because they eat mainly fish, but they also eat snakes.
Oh, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. But they creep me out.
Yeah.
I mean, just, most of the time I'm like,
what's the point of mosquitoes? Like they could,
you know
like,
what?
disappear.
Living in Texas, I think I'm gonna vote mosquitoes because those pesky bastards. And you just don't know mosquitoes.
They're disease.
They are. You guys don't know mosquitoes until you live in Texas because first off, they can carry off a small child.
Some of them.
Some of them they're huge.
And I know so many people that have gotten like West Nile. Like
Yes.
one, I know someone. Her husband is still dealing with the ramifications of West Nile, and it was like 20 years ago or something. So, like, it's no joke.
That's scary.
So, yeah, mosquitoes. Like what? I know they're food for stuff, frogs, and other insects and birds and stuff. But like, why? They could disappear.
Yeah, mosquito.
I don't have anything personally against sloths. I'm just saying
they're so cute.
You kind of think,
no, they have to have a purpose.
Does this serve?
What? They remind us to slow down.
Yeah,
that's what sloths do.
Yeah, they're good at that.
That's the only thing.
Okay, y'all. That's our 20 questions.
Do you have a sexiest man alive?
I do.
I don't. Okay.
I'm going to pick Tom Hanks.
Sexy?
Funny?
Yes.
But in
sexy?
that everyday guy genre.
Okay.
No. Well, okay, you know what? He is, like the last time we talked about a 6 with a good personality. That's Tom Hanks.
Damn it.
Isn't it? Like,
You're
he's
right.
super nice. And in real life, y'all.
And
everybody
funny.
Says he's so nice.
And he's very funny.
He's so
you're right.
He and his wife have been married
for a long time.
Forever.
A long time.
And he seems so sweet to her.
Yeah.
And,
no, I'm gonna side with you.
He's cute. And just enough cute. Like, I like that. I don't want you being cuter than me.
You're right. Okay, you made me pick mine. Really not related, but Steve Carell.
I think Steve Carell is
First
cute.
off, I think Steve Carell's cute. I actually do think so. He's more of a 7-8 to me, but he's another one. He seems like he treats his wife very well. He's funny.
Yeah,
he's so fun. But he is really cute.
And in his dramatic roles, he's just way different.
He is,
and he looks different even to me.
Yes,
yeah.
And Tom Hanks is like that too. Like when he's committed to a role, you buy it.
He's in.
You buy. You're like, oh yeah, this is him now. Like you really do buy it.
Yeah.
So Steve Carell, he's so funny. Yeah. I'm gonna watch The Office later today. So
okay, guys, write the questions down and you play tonight.
Yes, these are great questions to ask people.
Fun.
Like, I don't know.
Play with your kids.
Put down your phone. Yeah, put down your phones and play them. I'll try to remember to post some questions too, because they're pretty. They make you think. I would have never thought.
And there's some websites that have them. That's where I get them. So.
Yeah, it was fun. Until next time, guys.
Thanks.
Okay, loves. Thank you for grabbing a chair and joining us for coffee. Please subscribe to Are You Free for Coffee podcast wherever you're listening. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode and find joy in the little things. Until next time.